Right, welcome back to the show. This is Leslie Sinclair. For the past few decades, he's been donating blood to our beloved healthcare system. And the NHS doing all these campaigns on a regular basis. He's been part of them. He's been a blood donor for ages. Things have changed because Leslie, who went to one of these clinics to give his blood again to help society, be an actual, true, compassionate person, he was rejected, he was refused, and he was kicked out. Why? Because they changed the form. When you sign in, the form that he's holding in his hand, they are now asking you, look at question 12. I'm just going to sit here. Just look at question 12. Are you pregnant or have you been in the last 6 months? So, logically, Leslie Sinclair came back and said, well, I don't want to answer this question. It's obvious. Why would you ask this question? Why do you not have some sort of personalized form? Also, what's with the paper? I thought we live in a paperless world. I don't. The problem here is that not only his opposition to it is, well, I'm biologically male. He's an elderly. He's not even that old actually. He's only 66, poor guy. But if he were a woman, what are the likelihoods? This chaos needs to stop at this point because it makes us be politically incorrect, and I don't want to be. Actually, I live to be politically incorrect anyway. I don't care. These woke idiots who are treating every single person like, well, we're all capable of becoming pregnant. Why? The issue here is not just the form; it's the fact that they didn't listen to him. People like Leslie Sinclair, like every single one of you, he funds the healthcare system. We're all paying for it. He pays for the system to create this form, to pay the salaries of these idiots who give out the form, and then they are telling us what to do. And they don't listen to us. In a normal industry, normal business, what did it say? The customer's always right, but not in the state-funded organizations. And now he's just basically lost hope now. He's like, well, I'm not going to go back there because what's the point? They're going to ask me if I'm pregnant every 2 minutes. He came out and said it is nonsensical, and it makes me angry because there are vulnerable people waiting for blood, including children, and in desperate need of help, but they've been denied my blood because of the obligation to answer a question that can't possibly be answered. He's spot on. The reason this matters is because on the one hand, they are rejecting someone like Leslie. On the other hand, they are spending more taxpayers' money on going around promoting this campaign and all these campaigns, which is a good cause, to go around the country and say, well, the NHS Scotland, NHS England, and all the others, come on, donate your blood. There are a lot of vulnerable people here, and not just in terms of blood donation, by the way, but there are campaigns for everything. The flu jabs every year, and all this, everything else that you have to do, checkups. You're spending all this money. At least provide the service. If you're gonna do it, then do it. And I don't understand why we live in a country where the whole system is against the people who fund the system. This is the biggest problem we have. The establishment do not really appreciate ordinary people, citizens of this country, who are not just taxpayers, but we are the electorate. We hire and fire you. The issue is here, actually, because we don't hire and fire the bureaucrats, the faceless bureaucrats. We are hiring and firing government ministers and MPs. Technically, they are the bosses, but because the hierarchy is so vast, and we don't really know exactly who's in charge. Is it Sajid Javid? Is it the head of NHS England or in Scotland? Or is it every single NHS trust, the regional trust? Is it the hospital manager? Is it the diversity advisor? Who's in charge of this country? We still don't really know. What we know is that who runs the country, the West, is the globalist elite. That's the agenda. They are the ones who are calling the shots, but we don't know who is actually, who should be held to account. We're going to come back in half an hour. Subscribe to the channel. I'm my TC and we are the media.